Hey Finn, Ben here, America's Baseball Camps. Just touching base on your swing analysis from the President's Day camp. Thanks for coming to Arizona, and look forward to touching base on a few things of your swing that I see that you can work on this season. We wish you the best this season, and thanks for coming to camp. Let's go ahead and get started here. So let's talk about our stance. Stance in pretty good position. You're really tall and lanky, which is nice for hitting. What I want to do is I want to get a little bit more aggressive and really kind of get through this baseball. As far as for your stance looks pretty good. Your feet, you're a little bit on the back side, which is okay. Get ourselves ready here. So when you start, you kind of lean towards that back leg a little bit, which is fine. You have your knees inside of your feet, which is good. Your feet are just past your shoulders. Maybe have your hands up just a tad bit higher, and your angle of your bat is a little bit low, so I would want it more in that area, and that's going to free up your hands a little bit. But you're athletic, you're tall, and that's fine on our stance. Just be careful we don't get too far back because you'll end up too far forward sometimes. So as I go into my swing here, I'm going to get myself loaded up, and let's go ahead and check you frame by frame here. As I focus, a couple of the big things that I see, the big one I want to talk about first is your eye level. You'll notice how your eye level starts here, and as I go to swing, you'll see that it drops down about a foot. And what we need to do is we need to fix that for sure. Of just, you can drop down a few inches, but when you drop down that big of difference, then the ball's moving and your head's moving, and it's really hard to get yourself on plane. So I would start with your knees more bent or a little bit wider, or make sure when you stride that you stay tall. We just need to not be that drastic of levels of your eyes when you go to hit. So that's the first thing to work on. And what you can do to practice that is just take pitches, just like you're doing here, and get yourself in front of a mirror and tape eye level on the mirror, and then take your stride and just make sure you're still on that level after you've taken your stride, to try to keep your head a little quieter from going up and down. So that's a big one to work on. The second thing I see on that land foot, you'll see that front foot. You'll see how open this is. And what that is, you'll see we haven't started our swing yet, and you'll see how open your front hip is and your front foot. And that's really important right now, because that's going to create and take away a lot of power for you. So at this point of your swing, your heel should have to be facing over here, and your heel actually wants to be pointing to the guys that are on deck, the guys in the dugout over here. So make sure as you stride that you stride a lot more closed. That's actually going to keep you taller as well, because you see your whole foot goes down and you open yourself up, and that's going to make us not hit that away pitch very well, and it's going to make us be more muscly to the inside pitch. So that's going to make a big difference for you as well. And let's go ahead and get to contact here. Contact, pretty good position. Would like to close off that front side. You can see it's kind of pointing towards the pitcher, and we want that closed off. You do have a good angle in regards to your body, a teeny bit back, maybe just a hair taller to be on that line, but your angle and your leg is good. You have a firm front side, which is good. Just got to close that part off, and your bat path is in pretty good shape right there. Again, be a little bit more aggressive going through the baseball, but in regards to that swing, I was in pretty good shape. You'll see at the end we kind of fell over here. What I want you to do is I want you to get in the habit of trying to really hold and stick that landing, so you can really be good at having really good balance on the lower half. That's really important. You can see you kind of do that little jab step there, and I think it's really important to get yourself to finish strong in that foundation, so you can really stick your landing and be a lot more consistent on off speed, balls away, and guys that throw harder. So let's go into our next swing here. You can see again on that front foot how it really opens up on you. So keep that really nice and closed when you stride. Stride with the heel off the ground, and having it point to those guys at the dugout. Make sure of your eye levels on that one. You have a tendency when you miss, there's a few that I've seen, is you get underneath the ball. And what happens when you do this is when you start back and you kind of finish back, you can see your angle is more from the ground up. You can see it's more this way. And what that's going to do, that's going to make you work uphill. So at your swing, at contact, get your upper body a little taller. So let's bring your head up to be on this line. That's going to make your barrel be a little bit taller and be able to work more downhill to and through the baseball compared to right now when you come down and through. You're going to get down to contact, and then you're going to start working uphill. And that's what happened on this one, where you got underneath that baseball. And I saw that on the first few swings as well. So again, you kind of fell over on that other one. So make sure you finish and hold your swing at the end. A good thing to do is be hitting off a tee, where you can just kind of hold your swing at the end and really hold your finish, so you can get in a really good habit of just having good foundation and legs underneath you. Again, you can see you got underneath the ball here. You were a little bit late, and you fouled off this pitch. Let's go back to see here for our step. Watch your levels when you stride. Watch that foot open up. And that ball just got too deep. Your hands, your barrel didn't get released on it. Let's go into our next swing. You can see you kind of have that little jab step at the end. So there's those 4 or 5 things to really focus on that you can do during soft toss or tee work or whatnot. Here's the next pitch. Watch that front foot. A little bit late. You can see everyone, you're a little bit underneath that. So when your barrel comes through right here, you can see it's kind of level. And then the next frame, now the barrel's dropped, and now I'm going to be underneath the baseball. So at this point of your swing, you need to make sure that your barrel stays above our hands, and then we can work downhill to that baseball right there, and that will make sure we have a line drive. But you can see we're going to drop below the baseball, and we're going to work up. So what I would do is I would get a bucket, turn over the bucket, and then I'd place a tee on top of that bucket and have kind of what's called a high tee. So kind of put the tee up here, and then work on putting your hands up nice and high, and just work on hitting a ball off a high tee. It's really going to get you to work downhill to do that. And then you can also focus on your finish and freeze, work on your levels not changing, and those type of things. So those are the 5 or 6 things to work on. Watch this over and over again. Do a lot of tee work and soft toss to really get those things where it becomes good muscle memory, and those are going to make some big differences in your swing. So hopefully you have a great year. We look forward to having you back, and thanks for coming to Arizona.